Hey everybody, Chad Nobody Else's Auto, 7:30 Sunday evening, time for some more Gearhead Interactive Live Chat. Looks like Kevin Brown is on and ready to go. Looks like we are, I think we're connecting on Facebook. It says live video is starting, so we'll see if Facebook decides to come online or not. And anyway, we're going to go ahead and get rolling for tonight. It has been a bananas week. Cars coming in, cars going out, and just auction, everything. Hey, there's Neil. So, anyway, plus kind of realigning things, shaking things up a bit. Hey, there's Pete. Kevin L's on, ready to go. With as we've kind of reshuffled the format, so to speak, we've got a lot of different things to talk about, and we're going to randomly pick what we're going to talk about every week. So, Hubcaps here, we're ready to go. And let's see. I'm not sure that we're functioning on Facebook or not, but we'll see. Cream City Pete's here. Martin Mark ready to go. John Anderson's here. So we'll keep an eye on Facebook and see if it's going to cooperate. If not, we may be YouTube only tonight. I don't know. It still says starting. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get rolling with it. Hey, Sanderson's here with us. Steve Reed. Sean's back. But like I said, my entire week was bananas. But I got some cool stuff in. Some cool stuff went out. And just lots of stuff going on. So we'll go ahead and get into tonight's chat and get ready to go. But before we get too far into it, let's catch a little bit of housekeeping. As always, double check your comment prior to hitting send, just in case autocorrect gets you and changes it to something I can't understand. If you're on the Nobody Show Facebook page, I guess it doesn't matter because Facebook is not cooperating yet at this point. Trolls, we do occasionally get trolls on here. You guys do a great job of running them off. I ignore them so they don't screw up what we're working on. We do have ads, unfortunately. It is part of the system. It is their game, so not much we can do about that. And as always, Super Chats are super awesome, and the Supercharged Super Chat badge is warmed up and ready to go. Boom. Thanks, Sean. Glad you got it. Dispatch Brian's here with us. Let me monkey with Facebook here for just 1 second, guys. Let me see if I can get this thing to go. Jeff from Ottawa's here from our Facebook guys. If not, we will just keep right on boogieing. It still says starting. Still says starting. Still says starting. So let me see if I can get this to go. If not, we will just leave her hang and keep right on going with our chat. So anyhow, I hope you guys all had a great week. I had a ton of stuff going on. I got unloaded from last week's auction. I got that video put together. It's not up yet, but it is put together. Had another auction Thursday. Just I had 3 cars come in, 2 cars go out, plus working on cleaning out a warehouse that I got some pretty cool stuff out of as well. So we're going to talk about all that here real shortly. This thing is just not cooperating. Let me refresh this, see if it'll reload and see if it'll go. But anyway, one thing I definitely want to talk about a little bit more, and maybe, I don't know if we should throw something up on the No Buddies page, is about the 7 o'clock start time. We talked about that last week. Okay, Facebook is not recognizing my webcam. Hold on real quick, guys. Let me see if I can get this to go for our Facebook guys. Hey, there's Big Rig Brett. Hold up real quick, guys. I'm going to see if this will go for our Facebook friends. If it doesn't load this time, we're gone. David D here with us. Hey, David D, did you get your other valve cover? Okay, it says webcam. Let's hit it. So anyway, we'll see if it goes. It says start again. We'll see if it goes. But anyway, back to the 7 o'clock start time. I don't know if we should do a poll on the Nobody's Facebook page or not. We had a lot of people that were definitely in favor of going to 7 o'clock. Hey, there's Ron. Perfect, David D. David D, probably ready for another valve cover raffle. What are you, 2 for 2 on valve covers this year? And they were both great ones. A Hemi and a Fend Aluminum 312 Thunderbird. Great valve covers. Anyway, so I don't know if we should throw a poll up or a survey on the Nobody's page to try to see, what everybody wants to do. The general consensus was definitely go back to 7 o'clock. Basically, the question is, do we do it now, like 1st of August, or do we wait till like October as we get into fall? Not sure what's going to be the best plan of attack there. So curious as to your guys's awesome hubcap. I appreciate that because it's still just scrolling saying live video is starting. So could be Brian. So basically, that's kind of where we were at on the 7 o'clock question. Do we do it now? Basically, I wouldn't want to do it for a couple weeks, say 1st of August, or do we wait till like October? That's kind of what was up in the air. That's where there were differences of opinion last week. So there again, would like some concrete feedback as to what you guys prefer. Like I always tell you, this is more about you than it is me. We do have a Hudson badge. And see what you guys want to do. Hey, there's Bill Disc. So curious as to what you guys are thinking on that. So Kevin L's ready for 7. You got to go back to bed earlier as of August 1st. So that's what I'm wondering. Should we put a survey up or a poll up on the Nobody's page and see if we're ready to do it? Basically, I would say 2 weeks, 1st of August. Actually, I may not even be here that weekend. So it might be the weekend after that. So basically kind of the first part of August, or do we wait a couple of months? So anyway, there again, your feedback is what we want to hear, what I want to hear to see what you guys want to do. But everybody was ready to go back to 7. It just depends on Pete just says do it and see what happens. Okay. And we can do that. We can shoot for first part of August going back to 7 o'clock. Now, guys, I'm going to ask you to bear with me if we do that. I'm usually could be ready by 7, but there are a lot of times, maybe 30% of the time, where I would be thrashing at 7 and maybe 7:03, 7:05. But that's kind of what you're just going to have to bear with me on those nights when I get busy and I'm running a little behind. So anyway, obviously a lot of positive feedback about doing that. Hey, there's Glenn. So curious as to what you guys think. Bees. Did you guys catch the bee video now that it went public Friday night? How crazy was that? I know it didn't get a ton of views, but I'm sure a lot of you guys hopefully went in and watched it after our conversation last week about all of the bees. That was bananas. And that's a good point, Pete, and you're exactly right, because it is going to be the West Coast guys that are going to be the most affected. So yeah, good idea. If you guys are on the West Coast and you have feedback on going to 7 o'clock, please let us know. I know it would definitely help you, Brian, because you're 2 hours ahead of us here. So that was, yeah, I know that's way, way late for you. So, yeah, the bee situation was a little crazy. I did some work out there this morning, just starting to clean up. Obviously, we got to kind of put that wall back together. But I started cleaning up, did a bunch of vacuuming this morning. There was still a lot of dead bees in there. But, we lost several hundred, but we saved several thousand by moving the hive. So at least we were able to accomplish that. Anyway, so that was kind of crazy the way that all came together, but it did. So that's how it shook out. But did have another auction Thursday, which is great for you guys. I've got actually 2 or 3 auctions. This is kind of built up over about the last month. As far as auctions for you guys, I got a little bit more last Thursday. I got some a couple weeks before that, some a couple weeks before that. But what it ended up being is I had about 3 or 4 flats of toys. Got a couple here, a couple here, a couple there, a couple here. And then when I started sorting them all out today, I was like, man, I got a lot of toys in here. So I went through them all. I got a big box of toys. I got like a beer flat, heaping tall of toys. Plastic, metal, old Auburn rubber, Tootsies. We got a lot of cool toys. So that is definitely going to be of a benefit to you guys here in the very near future. Let's have an Auburn badge. So it's I think you guys are going to like that. I restocked a bunch of cool stuff in the auction stuff. Cans, obviously toys, a few badges, some more plates. We got a lot of cool stuff stacked in there. Let me deal with this Facebook situation here. It still is not doing anything. So let me go ahead and post that this is not doing anything. Whoa. Hold up. Kevin L. hit us with the first supercharged super chat of the night. Boom. Thanks, Kevin L., for starting us off with the first supercharged super chat of the night. Now I'll deal with Facebook. They can wait a second. I just want to post that it is not working for these guys that are trying to jump on over there. Hey, there's Christine. Okay, I got a notice up over there as well. Oh, Christine, I needed to ask you something too. You had some magazines from a couple weeks ago, and I laid all your guys' stuff out. I did not have a receipt for them. So either I missed it or you missed it. One of us did. If you can go back and check and see if you paid on those magazines. I got all your guys' stuff laid out. I didn't find the receipt for that. I got swamped. I didn't get back to it. So if you can help me out on that and double check that for me and just let me know if I missed that on those magazines from a couple weeks ago, Christine. So I appreciate that if you get a second. But anyway, bought cars this week. Had a couple cars leave. Tim came up. Mr. Good Pliers came up, picked up the little Chevy 2 Nova convertible. Yeah, that's what I just posted, Jeff. I just put a notice on Facebook that said it's not working, so jump on over to YouTube. Just some people, that's where they hang out, and that's kind of where they've always preferred to be, so that's what I did. So that's why I still do both of them the way I do, but that's why I just want to get a notice up so that those people know. And perfect. And Matt got it up too on the No Buddies page. Awesome. Thanks, Matt. So I'm going to blow out of that one. And we'll get back on YouTube. So anyhow, Tim came up, got the Chevy 2 Nova convertible. The Mercury Cyclone went out this week, headed to Canada. So those two left this week. And speaking of inventory, we just roll right into new inventory because we had some more stuff come in as well. Hey, there's JP. Tim brought up one more. We did some trading on the Nova convertible. He brought one up with him, the last one of the deal, and then loaded the Nova. 1955 Chrysler four-door to go along with the 55 Chrysler wagon that I got from him. So I've actually got a 55 Chrysler two-door hardtop, a wagon, and a four-door now, and a 55 DeSoto wagon. I'm not sure, Christine. That's why I was asking you. Like I said, I got swamped and just haven't had time to look. But it was some magazines from a couple weeks ago that I didn't. So I was print the receipt and keep it with the stuff. That's why I said I don't know if I missed it or you missed it or what. July 5th was that one. I don't know. We can get it sorted out when we get a second. So not a big deal either way. So anyhow, so I had the 55 Chrysler come in as well as two Dodge pickups, 79 3/4 ton regular cab and an 82 half ton club cab. The old club cab Dodge is, you don't see those things very often anymore. So I was kind of glad to snag that. Oh yeah, Jeff, I've got some Vegas actually. There's 4 or 5 Vegas over on the north side. So yeah, I do have Vegas in stock right now, depending on which ones we're talking about. 71 to 73 Vegas are pretty tough, but okay, that's what I was wondering. Like I said, I lined out all your guys' stuff. I didn't have a receipt for it. Everything went haywire this week, and I never got back to it. So we'll figure it out. Man, I got a crook in my neck. Drive me nuts. So more Dodge pickups. That there again, I don't mind them. I've got that 77 I want to do something with. So, and the thing about Dodge is, hey, there's Jim Petty. Obviously the Fords and the Chevys, especially the square body Chevys, you can buy basically anything for those. That 73 to 90 Dodge or 73 to 93 Dodge is a little trickier to find stuff for. I don't have a ton of them, but I do have a handful of them. But there just isn't much out there to get. Okay, sounds good, Christine. Let me look here real quick. I had 26 on some science and mechanics. $26 is what I had on that. Oh, there was you had a trailer plate that night too for 35. Oh, and you had. Let me go back and check because you had some plates that night too. So I need to double check that too. You had 2 plates and science and mechanics, 3 issues. So yeah, we better sort all that stuff out. So I had all that for you that night. I can't keep it all straight either. That's why I got to write it down and take good notes. Anyway, so the Dodges, there again, it's not like the square body Chevys where they reproduce basically everything. You can sell a lot of weird stuff off of some of the Dodges. So on top of the fact that I've got that 77, I kind of like them anyway. That I think I'm actually going to send that 77 into paint after the 78 F250 is done. So we'll see how that project comes along. But anyway, we've got a lot of fun stuff to talk about tonight. We're going to, like I said, we're going to mix it up a little bit. I reworked my sheets. We've got all these different added lines here. Michael Winter here with us. Accessories, World War II artifact, all this different stuff that we're going to kind of mix in with, with what's going on here. So, as well as the brochures, caps, emblems, badges, things like that. So anyhow, we're just going to kind of mix it up. We're going to throw some darts out there and see how things shake out tonight. So let's start off with another World War II piece that I think you guys are going to get a kick out of. We touched on that here 3 or 4 weeks ago. We had a lot of good positive response to it. So everybody wanted to go ahead and start working that in as part of the routine. So that's what we'll do. So let me go grab this other piece. We'll start off with that tonight. Oh, we also got to talk about the raffle, too. We're giving away this pump plate here in a few weeks. So. Hey, there's Wake Up is back tonight. Let's have a Hudson badge. Man, my neck is janked. I don't know what I did to it. But working into some World War II pieces. And this is kind of cool. I keep it right in my case right in here, in fact. This is a pretty neat piece. Check this bad boy out. I'm sure some of you guys know what this is. You know what it is. I doubt anybody knows what it's out of. There goes a lot of hearts. Anybody have any clue what this might have come out of? It's not a big one. The whole thing is just over 3 inches. B-17, nope. Obviously had the threaded on the back. Yeah, it's definitely aircraft. But it's World War II aircraft. Have an idea what it came out of? That's right, Bill Disk. It came out of a P-51 Mustang. This actually came out of my buddy's plane. A buddy of mine used to have a P-51. They thought they had an issue with this tack, so they ordered another one for it, replaced it, did not fix the problem. They had something else. So this actually, the tack was good, but they already had put the new one in, so they left the new one in, or the rebuilt one. And he had this laying on the shelf. So I bought it from him. I don't need it. I have no use for it. But I do have a tack out of a P-51 Mustang on the shelf, which I think is pretty darn cool. So it's definitely a different piece. I don't like I said, and I've got a few other miscellaneous aviation gauges that we've come up with over the years. But this particular piece, since I know where it came from, what it came out of, that's why I really dig this particular piece in my World War II collection. And that's right, I did not have one at that point. So now I do have one, which makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, and I don't know if you could wire it into a car or not. Hey, there's Joe. I mean, it's got kind of some weird pins on the back. You couldn't actually just, get a quick connector and plug it into your car. But that's what it is. It's real deal P-51 Mustang that came right out of my buddy's airplane, which he unfortunately has since sold. So raffle this week, or this month, excuse me, the Sinclair pump plate. We need to go through this. It's going to take a minute to go through this. What's red line on it? $3,000 on that Rolls-Royce Merlin. SP21 3-wire cannon plug connector is what you need. Thanks, Michael. Just in case we ever decide to do something with it, now we know. But this month's raffle on the Sinclair pump plate, I'm going to burn through the entire packet of everybody that is in at this point. Because last week I think I missed David D, but I know I got him in there. So let's we're going to go through the packet on who's in. That probably would not work in your cruise. No. That would take some effort to try to make that function in your cruise. But so far for this month, what is today? The 19th. So we'll be giving this away in 2 weeks, I think, unless I'm not here that night. Because I am potentially going to be out of town that weekend. But anyway, as of right now, who is in the raffle for the Sinclair pump plate? Dennis Chapman, Kevin Brown. Kevin stopped by yesterday. Tim B. David D. Christine. Big Job. And some of these people have multiple entries at this point. Christine. Kevin Brown. Sean. John Anderson. Sean. John Anderson. Big Job. And Michael Glagola. So that is the current packet of entrants into the pump plate raffle. So beautiful piece, courtesy of our good friend Steve Trendy hooking us up with that. And so nice raffle piece this month for July. And I got some great ideas for next month as well. I've actually got a piece that I bought that I'm thinking about raffling that is like a super cool grill piece where it's like in your face type thing, and it's NOS. I bought it because I was going to hang it on the wall. That was like 4 months ago. It's still laying in the box, and it's still laying exactly where I unloaded it. So that might end up being a raffle piece. It's super cool. We'll see. I don't know. But I got some good ideas for next month. Oh, man. And some upcoming months for some more fun raffles. So awesome, Christine. That's perfect. Well, I'm not worried about it. I knew we'd get it figured out. When I lined out all my receipts and all your stuff, I was like, did I not print one or did she miss one? I don't know. I know it happens. I know we'll get it figured out. I'm not worried about it. But I do know you guys have a awesome pile of really killer stuff that I do want to get to you. So, I haven't even checked yours off yet, Kevin. It's actually still laying here on the desk. That's how crazy this week got. I haven't worked on any of these payments, and that's what happened with Sean and Christine stuff. I laid it all out Monday, didn't have that one sheet, and literally never got back to it this week. So that's right, John. We can do another one of those. Boom! Look at that. How about we double whammy, you guys? Oh yeah. So anyway. We will keep moving forward, but I did want to get through everybody that was in the raffle at this point, make sure we were current. If you thought you were in and I did not read your name, please get with me. Like I said, we had that scheduled to give it away in 2 weeks, but I don't know if I'm going to be here. There's some things going on. I might be out of town that weekend. So we'll see how that goes. If not, we'll give it away the following weekend and then get into the new raffle. Let's see. Ooh, promo model. Sales brochure, lots of fun stuff. Oh, we can probably do some auction stuff too if you guys are interested. Just saying. But I got the promo laying right here, so we're going to check it out next. This promo is actually a little bit rougher than what we typically look at, but I bought it with another one. Yeah, I thought it was cool, even though it does have a chip bumper. Still wasn't going to not add to the collection because I did not have one. On this 1973 Cadillac Eldorado, No, I just grabbed one piece tonight, Joe, but we are working that in as a regular segment. I think you were on last week, weren't you, Joe? Or 2 weeks ago when we were talking about working that into a segment, just like the promo, the badge, the brochure. We're going to have a World War II line, and we're going to talk about a cool piece of history from there as well. So we'll have more next week. But this is 1973 Eldorado in blue. This is actually a painted promo, like some of them were in the 70s, to match more accurately to the actual car's color. White top, white interior. This actually was a white molded plastic. The base is even still white. That's right, Jeff. You know, the front doesn't look bad, but the rear got snagged on this side over here and chipped the bumper. There goes the hearts. So, like I said, not as good as sometimes I find them, but I didn't have one. It doesn't look all that bad. It's got a few chips on the trunk lid. Like I said, this blue is actually painted on the white base. The roof is virgin plastic. The interior is virgin plastic, as well as the bottom. But they painted it to, fairly closely resemble the colors of the cars on the showroom floor at that point. So it does have original tires and hubcaps all the way around. Ho-ho! Sean hitting us up with a supercharged super chat for the promo. Boom! Thanks, Sean, for the second supercharged super chat of the night. Boom! Thanks, Sean. That's right, John. We'll just bag it in. That way you don't see it. And that's right. And best of all, it is a Cadillac. Ken from Illinois checking in. Glad you're here tonight, Ken. Drunk driver. That is a possibility. They could have clipped it on something. But like I said, other than that, not a terrible old car. So went ahead and snagged it, and we'll add her to the collection on the 1973 Eldorado Coupe in blue. Yep, that's right, Jeff. That is what a lot of Joe Hons were like. Yep, that's a good point. Now, something fun. Accessories. We've talked about this. There again, another new line that we're adding in. So that's kind of why I wanted to catch a World War II piece and accessory tonight, because we're kind of working towards some of this new stuff. Whoa, hold up. Christine hitting us up with another supercharged super chat. Thanks, Christine. In fact, $10 super chat. The big Auburn badge. Look at that. Woohoo! For a $10 supercharged super chat. Thanks, Christine. Appreciate it. Yeah, it probably is, Jeff. Maybe that's why I've never come across one. I don't know how many. And you think about it, you don't see a ton of Cadillac promos, so I bet you're right. So there again, taking it with a chip bumper. Sometimes you take what you can get, but so we're gonna add her to the collection. Hey, there's Austin. So anyway, back to our World War II stuff, our accessories. And if you guys weren't here a couple weeks ago when we kind of ran through this, we're just adding lines to it. And some stuff we're going to get to, some stuff we're not. We may not do a cap tonight. We may work on, do the World War II stuff, the accessory. We're going to do the accessory here in just a second. And as well as some of this other stuff, but we may not get to all of it. That's what's going to, I hope, make it more interesting. We never know for sure what's going to happen. 1,000 chats. So hopefully that's where you're going, Pete. Last week we did pretty well, but didn't quite get there. Chat-wise, last week $892. $892 last week. I bet we're not going to get there tonight. We don't have the crowd tonight to push it, because we're definitely down on crowd this evening. But we'll see what happens. But I do know that we are going to check out an accessory. Tonight's accessory comes from the Radiator Specialty Company of Charlotte, North Carolina. You know, I think everything back in the day was a specialty company of something. All you do is slip it on the Petamat. I agree with that, Michael. Let your friends know we're on and ready to go. This is kind of a funky piece. This actually came with some stuff I got from John Sanderson. So we can give credit to John Sanderson for this. For checking out tonight the Petamat. This particular Petamat, it fits Chevrolet 1940 to 1949, Studebaker 1936 to 49, Ford 1935 to 48, and Cadillac 1941 to 48. It also fits the 1949 Ford, as well as Plymouth, Dodge, DeSoto, and Chrysler 37, 38, 42, 46, 47, 48, and 49. All Dodge trucks, Packard 36 to 49, Jeep Station Wagon 46 to 49, Jeepster 48, 49, Pontiac 40, 49, and Buick 40 to 49. Not without going and pulling a bunch of them, Jeff. I got lots of them on cars, but I don't have a lot of them laying around. So the Petamat models are listed on the back. But what is the Petamat? The Petamat replaces worn pedal pads and covers mat holes, eliminates costly replacements of entire floor mats, and protects pedal and mats in new cars. Petamat's smart trim design will enhance the appearance of the automobile floor. The no-slip rubber heel rest gives you greater driving comfort, means easier and safer driving. It might fit your 42. That's exactly what I thought, John, when it said Petamat. I was like, man, in today's world, you got to be a little careful when you say that. However, this is just a slip-on gas pedal. Yes, the Petamat slips over your gas pedal and protects your floor where your heel rides. See, and it says Petamat right there. I'm just reading the box. So let's take it out and take a look at it. The Petamat, Radiator Specialty Company, Charlotte, North Carolina. And it literally slips right over your gas pedal and has a heel rest. Brand new in the box from the Radiator Specialty Company. Very true, Bill. So it's kind of a neat piece. Like, it's brand new, but literally slid over your gas pedal. It is, you can see where the edges would go around your pedal. And then your heel would rest right here. So if your heel had actually worn your rubber mat or carpet, this would protect it or protect it from your heel wearing it. You got to remember, no cruise control back in those days. Everything was done by foot. So your heel was here, your foot was on the pedal, basically anytime the key was on. So there you have it. The accessory Petamat, accessory gas pedal and floor protectant. Yeah, we did have another pedal deal. I got one of those in the back. We should dig it back out too. Was that one? I think so. You could have it. You had a gas pedal on your left side as well. I think. Attitude adjuster, whack. And actually, this part of it is pretty heavy. I mean, this part. Oh, that is kind of. Wow, that does kind of sting. Actually. Woo. Woo. Man, Sean, if you got popped with that, you would definitely know it. Yeah, that's. Yeah, hear that? Yeah, and this thing is relatively thick too. I think you would get it pretty much all the way down. My hand kind of stings now. That was smart. I think you could, I mean, you've got a little bit of an edge here, but your gas pedal would be inside of here. So I think it would probably, for the most part, get it all the way down. Very true, Bill. Yeah. That could be true too, John. So anyway, now I actually don't need it. I just thought it was cool. The Petamat gas pedal and floor protector. But that's kind of how this accessories bit came up. There was so much of this weird, cool stuff back then. Everybody had a better idea. And, we don't think about it today because when we're on the highway, you set the cruise. If you need to speed it up, you push a button. You need to slow it down, you push a button. You can drive 500 miles and not have to touch the gas pedal in today's world. But back in basically pre-49, because there's nothing that this is listed as fitting newer than 49, and where it specifically says Ford 49, obviously I don't see why that wouldn't have worked as a 50 or 51. So I think this probably came out in 49 or 50. No, actually, my hand kind of stings from smacking that. That was a bad idea. So basically from 1950. Now, this thing was fairly pricey. They had a price written on it of $5. So whether that's what they had this priced at new in 50, I'm not sure. But that would have been fairly pricey accessory had that been the actual price from 1950. So there again, in today's world, we don't even think about that. But when your foot is sitting there, they literally, if you're on the road all afternoon, your foot is on the gas pedal, your heel is right here, your foot is right here, and that would eventually, especially if you were on the road a lot, that would wear your carpet or your mat right here, and this would save it and protect it. Man, my neck is janked. But there again, kind of a sign of the changing times of of what things used to be like 75 years ago versus what they're like today. That's right, it's going to hurt me more than you. So there we are, from the Radiator Specialty Company, the Petamat. So I think the accessory stuff is fun. I've got a box I need to dig out of some of this stuff. but that actually Dad and I got out of a Western Auto store almost 40 years ago. Stuff they still had on the shelf from 30 years prior to that. And I just think it's neat to be able to look back at the different stuff that is not even thought about in today's world, just like where your heel would rest when you're driving all the time. Yeah, probably so, because I know my neck is tight. I don't know what happened. I took some ibuprofen a couple hours ago, and it's tightened it up even more. So I'm not sure what I got going on. But there again, that's another fun thing about doing it, and that's why I like the idea of shaking things up a bit, changing things around, and working in some different things. Hey, Dexter with the Wolverine Garage made it. Perfect, Dexter. I will keep my eyes peeled for it, and I will get a big box of cool stuff headed your way. All right, what's next, guys? Well, come here. This is all not cooperating. The Pedomat box is not cooperating the way I want it to. All right. Anyway, are we going to sell the Pedomat, or should I put it away? I got to stick it somewhere, or we got to sell it. What do we want to do? I need to get reshuffled here. Sell it. Michael's going to sell it. Are we going to just sell the Pedomat? Well, if we're going to sell it, I need to get my phone back. I don't need to put my phone up if we're going to sell it. We're going to sell the Pedomat. What's the plan? Pedomat for sale, or Pedomat goes with the rest of the accessories? Sean's kids are grown. He doesn't need it anymore. Oh, I know it will, Brian, other than getting ready in time. Because there's some nights it's really, being ready at 7 is going to be really tight. That's a badge. But no, I'm not opposed to it. We backed up because we had so many guys on the West Coast who were saying at 7 o'clock it's still 5 out there, especially in the summer. So, nothing wrong with that, Dougster. Kevin started us off at 10 on the Pedomat. I guess that means we're going to sell it. 20 with Michael. Okay, here we go. We're on the timer. Here we go. We're going to go 90 seconds on the Pedomat. I got it. Holy cow, I'm not ready. You guys are just going. Let me get my notepad over here. The timer's going. Pedomat's for sale. Holy cow. All right. Hey, look, John, now it'll be completely out of your hands after this. $30 seconds gone. 60 seconds left to go. 21 with Motor Mark. I should have, Jeff, but I think it's too late. Because everybody's already bidding and we already started. But you're probably right. I probably should have. We'll find out what's going to happen, though. Going 90 seconds. Shipping in the 48 states is included on all of our auctions unless otherwise noted. If you're a non-U.S. buyer and you want to jump in and play, that's perfectly fine. But you'll have to be paid in U.S. funds and you will be responsible for non-U.S. shipping. 60 seconds gone. 30 seconds left to go. We're only at 21 on the Pedomat. Really cool original NOS accessory. 30 with Michael. Ticking away, coming down to the end already. Holy cow, this just all kind of blew up. I asked if he wanted to sell it, and nobody said anything. Then the bid started pouring in. 30 with Michael. As we're coming along, ticking along, here we go, coming down to the end. Coming up on that 90-second mark, Michael at 30. And that does it, Michael at 30 on the Petamat. All right, now I guess I can get it off the desk. So now that we're going, you guys just want to go ahead and do a few, squeeze a few more auctions in, or what do we want to do? Yep. Yes. Okay. Let me reshuffle here. I'm going to give you a sneak peek, guys. A real quick sneak peek. Okay? Obviously, this isn't all going to happen tonight. There's several weeks worth of this here, but oh, yeah. Lots of toys. Okay. I've got a couple of other things to start off with that actually, since we're kind of getting into our normal groove here, we'll start off with a couple of cheaper things so you guys can get a little better feel for the where your delays are at and everything. Exactly, John. That's exactly what I figured. Perfect. It's perfect. But we've been having some fun with these little magazines, and I came up with some more of these that I'm going to mix in. There's a lot of funky car stuff on these. So, some more popular mechanics and Mechanics Illustrated. December of 1970. Interesting article on here. 70 years of wheels. The only thing that's still the same is that they're round. An article about 70 years of wheels. Mechanics Illustrated. We Test the Tiger. GM's new $1,400 pickup. We test the lowest price car sold in the U.S. in January of 73. Okay, we got to find out what that is. Maybe if I can find an index. too much stuff in here, but there's a really cool pickup ad. Look at this stuff. Here comes Cars Without Wheels. This issue is July of 59. Cars Without Wheels. July of 59. And one more. So there's going to be 5 on this bundle. You're getting 5. January of 1960. 10,000 miles in a Corvair transcontinental test of the small rear engine Chevrolet. So, 5 of them in this group. Obviously, a lot more cool stuff than what we have time to get into. That's what's fun about them, is the new owners get to go through them and learn about all kinds of stuff. So we've been mixing some of these up, 3 or 4 of them in a batch. We've got 5 of them in this bundle on this listing. Nice. You don't see the vans and the wagons very often. I do have a wagon in stock. So anyway, here we go on the timer on the magazines. There's no way I can hold all these things up. Instant Simonize. And cigarette ads on all these things. Half these have cigarette ads on the back. So anyway, coming up on the 30-second mark, nobody jumping in yet on the little magazine bundle. 30 seconds gone. 10 with Sean. 10 with Kevin. Cool stuff in these as always. So anyway, coming up on the 1 minute mark, I've got 10 with Sean. I had him just before Kevin. Working our way towards the end. 15 with Kevin. And that will do it. 15 with Kevin. I got a can laying out that's a little bit rough, so I'm going to see if you guys are interested in it at all. But I think it's in the book, so I'm going to double check that. Like I said, it's a little rough, but it's not one you see very often, and it is a local can. Kansas, at least. Yep. Okay, if you've got your can books handy. We're going to look at page 49 in your can book for a local Kansas Wichita can. And the can that we're going to check out is number 459. Hey, there's baling wire. Baling wire, you hit it perfect. I got something really cool I think you're going to dig coming up. Actually, I got a couple things. I got IH and GMC stuff, so. Can 459 Cano Gold motor oil. Like I said, this one is rough, but you can still read it out, and it's not a very common one. So, like I said, it's got some surface rust. It's got a one small hole in the top, but it was actually drained from the bottom. It's got a dent and a tear down here. And, the sides are probably kind of fairly equal. So this should be basically more gold, where it's kind of like light surface rusty and gold. It is a ribbed can. It is a metal can. And it is can 459 in your book. It is a 1960s era from Universal Motor Oils in Wichita, Kansas. So this is a rougher can, but 20 years ago, this can was $25 for a good one. So it's not a super common can. It's not one you see very often. I know it's a little rough, but since it's in the can book and it's not one we come up with very often, I thought I'd throw it up there and see if you guys were interested. If you're not, that's fine. We won't sell it. I'll throw it back in the box with some other stuff. If you guys want to start bidding on it, we'll go with it. Totally up to you. Pete at 10. Okay? I guess we'll go with it. So can 459, 60s era, can of gold, Universal Oil Company, Wichita, Kansas. Pete starting us off at 10. We'll go ahead and hit the timer. And you guys can enjoy some more of your oil can book. 12 with John Anderson. Yes, you can. That's right. $30 seconds gone. One minute gone, 30 seconds left to go. John at 12. Taking away, working towards the end. John at 12. 15 with Kevin Brown. 17, 20 with Dennis Chapman, and that will do it. Dennis comes in with a $20 bid right at the very end. Dennis Chapman at 20. Like I said, not the best one, but not one you see very often. So you got to kind of take that into consideration. Absolutely, Hubcap. That's what a lot of us do. I check them in my book. Let's see. What do we want to do next? Let's start off with a couple toys out of the toy box. These are some more basic plastic ones, so not high dollar ones. But I'm going to give you a sample out of the toy box, and we'll kind of start working into some of the better stuff in the toy box. This is early, but I don't see a name on it. It's got stars on the wheels on this little plastic toy pickup. It is about 4 3/4 long, and there's, like I said, I can't find a maker's mark on it, but it does have stars on the wheels. We've also got a little toy Jaguar, early 50s XK120, XK140-ish styling. It has a little friction motor in it, which is something that you never see on a little toy plastic car. Typically, the plastic stuff was pretty basic. This one actually has a friction mech in it. It is. Sounds good, Joe. Glad you enjoyed it. We'll get some more dug out. This is 3 3/4 inches long. So we've got these two. We have another little plastic one to put with them. Yeah, we'll put this little Hubley in as well. This is a little Hubley Cadillac. At least I think it's kind of supposed to be a Cadillac. They were fairly vague at this point. And this little Cadillac is right at 4 inches, and it is a Hubley. So we've got a handful of plastic to start with out of the toy boxes. All 3 of these going to go together. We've got some hard rubber stuff. We've got metal stuff. Whoa, David D coming in with another supercharged super chat from David D. Thanks, David. Always appreciate it. Hit us up with another supercharged super chat. So, anyway, the handful of small plastics, the Jag, the pickup, the Cadillac, a yellow Tesla, yeah, kind of. Hey, Facebook finally jumped on. Everybody out there's going to wonder what happened. All right, we're live on the timer. All 3 little plastics, 1 bid, 1 batch. And coming up on the 30-second mark. Nobody likes the little plastics. 15 with Sean. So we actually are on Facebook finally. I just thought I'd go ahead and throw it back up and hit it. It went. So we are just starting on Facebook. If you guys jump on there, it would not go earlier. I just thought I'd give it another whirl, and it connected. 15 with Sean as we come up on the 1 minute mark. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. Just realized we haven't done any plates yet tonight. It's like we're going to mark these up to Sean unless we got a sniper out there. 15 with Sean, and that does it. 15 with Sean on the handful of little toys. So I suppose it's about time we get a license plate work in here tonight. Trying to work some different states in, kind of shake things up a little bit, make things a little bit different, and that's kind of what we've got now. As we go up north and go back 90 years, actually 91 years. Ohio, the Rust Belt, 1935, and look at the condition on this thing. Appears to be original paint. Black, yellow letters. Yeah, they kind of let you have that one, didn't they, Sean? This is, I mean, being a 35, but it's still a pretty much standard size plate from what we're used to seeing. It is, yeah, right at 12 by 6. Considering its age, I was pretty impressed with the condition on the 1935 Ohio. So, here we go. We're live and on the timer on the 35 Ohio. It's even really pretty flat. It hasn't bent up. I mean, considering the years, it's pretty darn decent. Christine at 12. 25 with Michael. $30 seconds gone. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. NB for nobodies. Good call, Sean. Just past that 1 minute mark. Under 30 seconds left to go. I've got 25 with Michael. Yep. We're about ready to wrap it up. Few seconds left. 25 with Michael. And that does it. Going to Michael's pile at 25. All right. Actually shows I've got some viewers on Facebook finally, but no comments. So if you are on Facebook and you are commenting, I am not seeing them. And please remember, the live would not even set up to begin with. So not sure what's going on Facebook. If you're on Facebook and you're commenting, I am not seeing anything on the comment section. So, but anyway, something else we haven't done yet tonight is a cap. And we got one that's a little bit different. Actually, got some grease caps we need to do too. Holy cow. But this one's pretty cool. It's been in here for a couple weeks. I just haven't gotten to it yet. For our binder fans, this is a good looking piece. This is off a bigger truck, an early bigger truck. Hey there, Scott. Triple Diamond International. Now, this is whammied right here. It does have some chrome gloss here and here, but this is a chrome-plated metal cap. Okay, Tyler on Facebook. Facebook has about a 20-second lag right now, but it is working, which is way more than it was doing an hour ago. So I guess that's something. This cap is about 8 inches in diameter. I got baling wire starting us off at 28 inches in diameter on this IHC cap. And we're off to the races. $21 with Dougster. $30 with baling wire as we just passed the 30-second mark. $31 with Dougster. Also works as a hat. I probably just devalued it. $34 with baling wire. Hey, there's Alan's with us on Facebook. We'll see if it keeps ticking along. 1 minute gone as Dougster comes in at 36. Baling wire, 38. We got us an auction. $44 with Dougster, going for the knockout punch as we get closer to the end. This one's getting close down the timer. Let's see what's going to happen. Dougster at 44. 45 with baling wire, and that gets it. Baling wire got the 45 just as it was 129. And then it rolled to 130, and then it was one. Dougster comes in right back right after that. That was more the luck of the timing than anything, I think. But it was baling wire at 130. So I think you just kind of got lucky baling wire, but that's how it kind of shook out. So Tyler on Facebook hasn't been around for a bit, wants to know about the Supercharged Super Chat emblem. The Supercharged Super Chat badge for Super Chats on Facebook or stars on Facebook, Super Chats on YouTube. That's what the Supercharged Super Chat badge is, an original Supercharged hood badge for 3536 Auburn. But that's when we whip it out for Super Chats on YouTube or stars on Facebook for people that are supporting the show. So that's what it's for, Tyler. Let's see. Right there, Kevin L. Boom, hitting us up with another Supercharged Super Chat on YouTube. That's right, Bill. Thanks, Kevin L., for another Supercharged Super Chat. I guess that helps explain it. All right, guys, if we're going off on Mel Brooks movies, the rest of the night is shot. Because we will be on Mel Brooks the rest of the night because Mel Brooks is a god. When it comes to comedy, I don't think there's anybody above Mel Brooks. So, yeah, we could be on Mel Brooks forever. Not that that's a bad thing, but we could. Let's see. What else we got in here? We got all kinds of stuff. I got something kind of weird that we haven't done before. I was going to see what you guys thought of it. It's in the box. Oh, this is cool. Let's do this. Let's do another little can. Yeah, he just turned 100, and the guy's still making movies. They just finished Spaceballs 2. I mean, like I said, when it comes to there is nobody above him in comedy, I don't think, anywhere. Let's do another little can. This is another little household oiler, but this is a cool one you don't see very often. This one, City's Service. Green and white. Had the city's logo on it. This one still has the cap on it. 10 with Tim B. These are just under 4 inches without the spout. About 5.5 width. And they're a little over 2 inches wide. So, these are cute little cans. Cities is one you don't see very often. And we've got Tim and John both at 10, but I had Tim right before him. John at 11 as we hit the timer on the City Service. $12 with Tim B. Agreed, Dougster. 12 with Tim B. 30 seconds gone. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. One minute going, just under 30 seconds left to go. 13 with John. I bet these $1 bids ain't going to hold up here at the end. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a sniper out there. 15 with Tim B. 16 with Ron. Getting close to the end. Where are we going to end up at? 21 with Tim B, and that gets it done right at the 130 mark. 21 with Tim B. Kevin L in there swinging just a hair too late. Tim B at 21. Looking at something here real quick, guys. And I got something really funky that I want to throw at you. Yeah, it is an Auburn. I was thinking it was. I think this is an Auburn rubber company. This is a little sedan that is molded rubber. Definitely, Tim. Absolutely. This has been repainted. They did a nice job, but it has been repainted. October 24th, Pete. This is a late 30s, early 40s era Auburn Rubber Company toy. Like I said, it has been painted. It does have what appears to be all the original tires on it. It does have a maker's mark in here. It looks like it says Auburn Rubber Company from what I can tell. The characteristics of this do remind me of the Auburn Rubber Company toys that I have, but I can't guarantee it. So this is a small, repainted, late 30s, early 40s era Auburn Rubber Company toy. It is 4 1/4 by about 1 3/4 inches. So it's about 4 1/4, late 30s, early 40s on this Auburn Rubber Company toy. Like I said, when they painted it, I mean, they actually painted the windows, they painted the bumper and everything, but it has been repainted. So anyway, what do you guys think on this one? Is this a good piece or not? Then we're going to look at something funky next and see what you guys think of that. Maybe if I can get this out. All right, we'll put this with some other toys later on. Then I thought it was Christine at 10. Okay, I thought it was kind of cool. I know it's not a $50 toy, but I thought it was kind of cool. So we'll go ahead and roll with it. And I'm going to keep looking. What we're going to do next, we've actually done some of these in the past, just different variations of them. But this one's kind of cool because it's new in the box. 30 seconds gone on this cute little dude. Hey, there's Birdman. One minute gone. 30 seconds left to go. 15 was Sanderson. $18 with Bill Disk. Getting close to the end, about ready to wind this one up. Bill Disk at 18. Few seconds left. And that does it. Bill Disk at 18. In the truck it goes. Yep, we'll get your box filled up and get her tucked away in your pickup before it heads out east. Hudson badge. Now, we've done some of these before. I like pistons for pen holders, right? We've done some Auburn pistons I found at Auburn Fort Duesenberg. Well, I found a box of pistons here a few weeks ago as I've been starting to pick up the shop. So I thought, what the heck? We'll see if you guys like some pistons. This, whoa, piston, a chair rolled out from under me. What's cool about this piston is the box is almost probably as cool as the piston, okay? GMC parts. It still has the shipping label on it. 50 with Pete. It has the shipping label. I can kind of make it out. I think this says, where was it at? I think I saw a date on here. I thought I did. Maybe I'm losing my mind, which is entirely possible. Oh, here it is. Date 6/13 of 62, I think, is when this was shipped. And actually, oh wow, it actually says it's a V6 piston. GMC Truck and Coach Division. Somebody wrote V6 on it. I don't know. I never checked the number. I've got a box of these new pistons, but this label, most of them have different labels on them. A lot of them have regular GM labels or a different GMC font. But anyway, it's in there. That's all I know. Let's get this thing going on the timer. I've got Pete at 50. Got a little bit of weight to it, too. The box is 5 by 5 by 5. Baling wire at 40, but Pete's already got it covered at 50. I don't know if that was hung. Yeah, there it is, 60. 30 seconds gone. I was wondering if that was an old bid that got hung up there, baling wire. So I just thought it was kind of neat. Of course, baling wire, you might even put this in an engine and then keep the box on the shelf. I don't know. Wonder if it fits a V12. One minute gone. It's a piston in here. It's a new piston. It says standard, V6 standard number 3. I don't know. 60 with baling wire. And that does it. Baling wire at 60. If it is for a 351. Scott stopping by from Southern California. I don't know. You might know what some of these numbers mean. I don't know. I just thought it was cool. I just thought it made a good pen holder. Other than when I seen you pop up, I was like, well, shoot, that says V6. You might use it. We're going to add that to baling wire stack. I'll have to see if there's some more in that box there for you, baling wire. I just seen this one on top, thought it looked cool, so I grabbed it. It is cool. That's right. Okay, what else we want to do yet tonight? I've actually got another box here, guys, that's been laying in front of the desk for probably 2 years. I don't remember all that's in it. I just kind of shuffled it on over here because I knew there was a bunch of auction stuff in there, and I don't even know what's there. So let me look in that box real quick. Oh, this is a little crusty. We can sell it. I'm going to clean it, though. Like I said, this stuff has been stacked up here for a long time. Of course, my glass cleaner doesn't work. There we go. I got this laying in here because the guy that I bought it from, I think he went after he looked at it again. He was kind of second guessing himself. He told me he thought it was a promo. I said, I don't think it's a promo. But it's still laying in this box. I haven't done anything with it. So I'm going to see if you guys are interested in it. Like I said, he told me it was a promo. I am pretty sure it is not a promo. But it's a Lincoln model. So I'm throwing it up here because it's laying in this box and it needs to go somewhere. The steering wheel is off, but it's in there. 30 with Sean. The bumpers, the taillights, it's all intact. I'm assuming this is an old kit that somebody built. But, when you look at the bottom of it, there is no, it doesn't have a separate engine. Actually it does. But the hood doesn't come off. No, it doesn't. It actually just has a piece to resemble an engine in here. It's mid-60s. It says 61 on the bumper. Bumper says 61. So 61, I think it's an old built kit. But like I said, it's laying in this box and it needs to go. So we're going to sell it. Sean's at 30. And we're on the timer. I need to dig through some more of this box, actually. Oops, that's kind of cute. We can sell that. $30 seconds gone. One minute gone. Sean at 30. Sean may have knocked everybody out with that. We'll see if there's any snipers out there. Because it is kind of cool and it ain't busted up. But like I said, I think it was a kit of some sort. And just about ready to wrap it up. And that will do it. We'll add this to Sean's pile. Alan had a 35 in there at 132. So Facebook definitely has a lag. As soon as I hit 130, I seen Sean hit it, and boom, Alan's 35 popped up 2 seconds too late. Sounds good, Bill. Let's catch a couple more things. How about a plate, one more toy, and then we'll catch the brochure tonight. That's true. You can paint it. Let's do another plate, and then we'll do a toy. This one, a truck plate, specifically a truck. Going back, there again, 90 years in Kansas, a 1936 truck. This actually, the T stood for truck in Kansas. This is one of the long, narrow ones. This is 14 and a half. Yep, you're going to have to refresh, Alan, because we're well past that. So you might hit refresh on that. by about 4 3/8 high. So on the 36 Kansas plate, it's straight, it's solid. The paint's a little weak, orange and black, but there again, it's 90 years old. So I would probably be a little weak at 90 years old as well. I'm a little weak at 50 years old. So anyway, on the 36 Kansas, then one more toy, then we'll probably try to catch the brochure tonight. Tinted with Christine as we hit the timer. 12 with John. So yeah, everybody, you guys might want to go ahead and hit refresh all the way around and get everything up to speed. 14 with Dougster. 16 with John. 30 seconds gone as we hit 20 with the Dougster. And there's 1 minute, 30 seconds left, 20 with Dougster. All got quiet. We're getting close to the end, though. We'll see if there's a sniper out there. About ready to wrap it up, and that will do it. Dougster at 20. Kevin at a 17, so that must have been really old because Dougster's 20's been up there for a while. 30 with Dougster, just covered himself, but it didn't matter. He was okay. All right, we'll go ahead and do one more piece. Obviously, we've got some serious delay issues. We'll squeeze one more piece in, then we'll probably move on to the brochure. This is in this box. It's been laying here for like 2 years. I thought about keeping it, but maybe I'll just sell it because I haven't done anything with it. It is really cool. It is a little dusty because it's been laying in this box for a couple years. Horn button. We'll save horn buttons till next week. I got a few in here, but we'll save them till next week. Let's go ahead and catch this. I'm just going to sell this because I've been debating about it forever. It's laying in this other box that I need to sort through. So this will get a few things off of the top of this other box, and then we'll go from there. But this is the cutest little Tonka I think I've ever seen. This is a little bitty Tonka tow truck. It actually has a lever here that goes up and down that I think would have like a string on it to go up over the boom, and then you could use this for the action part of it. Just a little guy. I just thought it was super cool, so I've been holding on to it. I've done nothing with it, so we're gonna sell it. 30 with Sean. Light blue, white interior, red boom, and it is about 4.5 inches long. It's just cute as the dickens. That's why I hadn't sold it yet, but I haven't done anything with it either, so we're going to sell it. Sean started us off at 30. And here we go. Coming up on the 30-second mark. 30 seconds gone. 60 seconds left to go. See if anybody's going to tangle with Sean on the little toy tow truck. Mike from Texas stopping by. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. 1 minute gone, 30 seconds left in tonight's auction. Sean at 30 on the cute little Tonka toy truck. Coming down to the end, about ready to wrap this one up. And we are done. Sean at 30 came in strong, knocked everybody out right out of the gate. And I just love this little guy. He is awesome. I think you're going to dig him, Sean. He's cool. Christine always gets excited when they get toys. Of course, I get excited when I get toys too. So I can't say that I blame you for that. Let me reshuffle this pile. Then I'm going to grab the brochure because that's one thing that we have not gotten to in the last couple of weeks. And then we'll see where we're at from there. Boom. Shooting for that 1,000 chat mark. I don't know if we're going to get there tonight or not, but I know you guys are helping me out. I appreciate it. That's exactly right, Dougster. But next, we're going to do a brochure. Because this one's been laying here for a couple weeks and we haven't gotten to it, so let's get it squeezed in tonight, and then we'll dig a new one out for next week. We'll get the white gloves going here. Appreciate the help, guys. I know, or not, all I know, the better we do on all this stuff, the more YouTube is going to recognize us. So I appreciate that. I just can't get my neck straightened out. Tonight's brochure, as we dig into the envelope, is going back to 1938. America's finest low-priced car, new Silver Streak 6s and 8s, the 1938 Pontiac. All right, guys, we're going to get there. You keep this up. Now, this brochure actually has a sticker on it from John J. Leben, representing Pontiac 6s and 8s with the Jaeger Motor Car Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So the salesman put his sticker directly on the front of the brochure. Glad you're here, Tim B. Glad you got to hang out. Appreciate it. So let's see what's inside of this. I haven't opened it yet. I just pulled it out of the box. I was like, that looks pretty cool. Let's check it out. So I haven't seen it. You're going to see it with me. And we're getting our chat numbers way up, which is awesome. I appreciate it. The most beautiful thing on wheels, America's finest low-priced car. A greater 6 and a finer 8. Whoa, come back here. America's finest, lowest priced car, the most beautiful thing on wheels, the Pontiac 8 4-door sedan, the Pontiac 6 4-door sedan, the Pontiac 6 2-door sedan, and the Pontiac 8 2-door sedan. The cabriolets and the coupes. You know, you don't see these cars really. Um, you know, you look out there, you think about when's the last time you went to a car show or something. You just don't see these things. The touring sedans and the 8 coupe. And there again, we really got to take a minute and appreciate this art, because that's what it is. Lots of hearts flowing. They do look a little longer than the Chevy. I don't know if it's the front end or what we're seeing, but when we look at these things and you look at the shine and the reflection in the colors, and then you look here where it's kind of like supposed to be the sky, but it really isn't the sky, and that kind of looks like trees, but it really isn't the trees. But there again, that is, I mean, this is art. I mean, these guys had to figure out how to make this stuff look right in the brochures. Oh, yeah, we're going to rack our chat numbers up tonight. Thanks, guys. It's just so amazing as to what these guys were capable of doing. Now, you talk about not seeing these cars. This is even crazier. The Pontiac 8 4-door convertible sedan. Talking about not seeing a 38 Pontiac. When's the last time you saw a 38 Pontiac 4-door convertible? Yeah. Probably never have. So to all you guys know, I got a Pontiac problem too, but these earlier ones I've just never had a lot of experience with them. Never even had parts cars in them. So now the inside, and there again, it's easy to focus on the car itself. Yeah, right at 100 years old. I mean, that's another thing to think about. Hey, there's Kenny Peterson. Balin Wire to 77 Grand Prix. And that's something else, Johnny. You always wonder how much time do the artists have to really do these. This stuff may have been, here, knock this out. But let's look at these pictures, the inside pictures here. And what we don't think about, I mean, it's real obvious to go in here and stare at the dashboard, look at the controls, look at the instrument panel, look at the spacious interior compartment here like that. But what a lot of times when we just look at this, we don't even think about, me included, until we've started to look at the overall artwork of what these guys did. Now, we're sitting here looking at the dash and looking at all these instruments. Now, outside, we see the sky and it appears to be trees. But it's very vague, kind of abstract, yet it works. And you don't really notice it because you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be looking at the features of the car, right? But you can't just leave this blank. You've got to have something there that is going to look right. It's going to blend, but it's not going to detract from what we want to see right here. And that's something that, as we've been looking through these and studying this artwork, has been, as impressive to me as the car artwork, because this is all here and there needs to be something there, but you don't even realize it. Oh, how about the Pontiac station wagon for $38,000? As well as the chassis fixture. We were talking about that earlier, Kenny, so we're curious as to what people on the West Coast think about going back to 7. So, wow. The latest and greatest features of America's finest, lowest price car. Now, remember, I have not looked at any of this. This is all brand new to me. Oh, and some stuff I wouldn't even think about. Check out all these features. Of course, we've got the engine. These were all flatheads. Radiator and fender mount prevents front end vibration. Actually shows the structure of the front end mount. I mean, who would show that in today's world? Jack pads. Where to jack the car up at. Crankshaft. Heavy and 100% counterbalanced to stifle all engine vibration. Crankcase ventilation. Synchro mesh transmission. What do they talk about on the other page? Cooling. Okay, Scotch mist manifold. Decreases gas consumption, increases power by uniform distribution of fuel. So this was literally, the manifold was called a Scotch mist manifold. I've never heard that before. But there it is, the Scotch mist manifold for better fuel management. All kinds of weird stuff that in today's world wouldn't even think about. However, here is something they should think about today on some new cars, and I'm sure some of you guys will agree with this. Hey, Real KP with us on Facebook. Glad you stopped by. We're live on YouTube right now as well. But yeah, it was good. Derek stopped by. That was a good time. Derek's a good dude. An accessible battery. Hey, there's Leo. Accessible battery. Battery is placed under the hood for easy servicing. They should take note of some of that today. Pontiac approved accessories, making this fine car even finer. 10-ite gear shift ball, right-hand sun visor. Yes, you did not automatically get a right-hand sun visor. That was an option. Seat covers, Master Deluxe heater or the Deluxe heater, flexible steering wheel, defroster, clock, dual horns, Deluxe radio, Master bumper guard, lighter, right-hand taillight, ash receptacle, and chrome wheel discs and moldings. Now, once again, in today's world, this is craziness. But these were all accessories. The shift knob, the right-hand sun visor, seat covers, heater, defroster, options. You didn't automatically get it. Dual horns, radios, clock, and a right taillight. All options. You saw exactly where I was going with that, didn't you, Sean? And there again, this is all artwork that was drawn and painted for this brochure. A banjo type. Beautiful 10-ite onyx colored rim harmonizes with control knobs. 3 stainless steel arms made up of 5 stainless steel rods provide sufficient flex to keep road shock from driver's hands. So basically, it's the banjo type wheel with all of these metal rods so that the road shock didn't vibrate directly through to the driver's hands. Obviously, a lot of steering wheels back then were just a solid bar or 3 bars, but this banjo type helped the because obviously anything that hit the wheel went back through the steering system, through the tie rod ends, through the steering gear, through the steering shaft, to the driver's hands. So that was the purpose of the flexible steering wheel for drivers. Chevy, Pontiac, Olds, Buick, Cadillac. Yes, that is exactly correct, Balin Wire. That was the level of hierarchy within General Motors. And then, of course, before that, or actually up until about this time, you had LaSalle as an entry-level Cadillac. Pontiac was an entry-level Oakland up until about 31 or 32. So that is exactly right. I am all about that, Dougster. The chromium-plated, fully illuminated, genuine accessory. You forgot genuine. You didn't get genuine. Accessory shift knob came right off in his hand. I know exactly where you're going with that, Dougster, but I think it was a genuine accessory. Not sure, but I think it was a genuine accessory shift knob. Actually, I didn't know that either. But that's what we're reading this. I thought it was genuine accessory shift knob. I am a fan. I ain't gonna lie. I like classified too. Dog's name was Frank. There you go, right there. John got it. C.W. McCall. I am a fan of some C.W. McCall, and not just Convoy like most people are. I know what Wolf Creek Pass is, Classified. Oh, yeah, that's good stuff. Dog's name's Frank. All right, let's finish up this brochure. We're going to get off on C.W. McCall, which actually would not be a terrible subject either. So I like some C.W. McCall. All right, couple more pages in the Pontiac brochure. Owners of America's finest low-price car, get America's finest service. America's finest low-price car is one of the easiest to buy. See, yes, Anderson knows what I'm talking about Classified. Dog's name's Frank. Got to go out past Chick Coop. Y'all's going to be YouTubing some C.W. McCall here after we get done, I know. Where'd you ever get that truck? Because they had to get her to the Conoco station. All right, let's wrap this brochure up before we get completely off track. The specifications, as is in most of these brochures we look at the back, they have the specifications, which we don't have time to get into. When you buy a Pontiac, you get America's best recommended car. America says, hats off to Pontiac. That is right. We do. Yeah, we get off in a convoy, and then we're going to be going all night. We're going to bag all them hogs another 10. Start a museum of your own knowledge and stuff. Well, we could put a little bit of one together. Pontiac for $38, America's finest low-priced car. So there you have it, the 1938 Pontiac brochure. That's right, the hometown filled her up and keep on a trucking cafe. I ain't scared to admit it. I am a C.W. McCall fan. I think some of his stuff was great, and I really enjoyed it. I grew up listening to it. You know, I mean, it's good stuff, Maynard. That's all I got to say about some C.W. McCall. So anyway, back into the sleeve, and we will dig out another super cool sales brochure for next week. All right, guys. I agree with that. C.W. McCall was definitely underrated. You know, he was so well known for Convoy. You know, Convoy went through the roof. But, you know, he had a lot of other stuff that I thought was pretty good, too. So, anyway, and by the way, if you haven't seen Convoy, it is on YouTube as well. I think you can watch the whole movie and go right along with the Rubber Duck and check out the movie on YouTube. So anyway, guys, I think we'll get ready to wrap things up. We'll save some of this other stuff for next week. Mixing things up a bit, trying some different stuff. I hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, curious as to what you guys want to do on the 7 o'clock start time. The more we bring it up, the more people say, let's go ahead and do it. So I bet we're going to end up doing it here fairly soon. Thanks for being here, Dougster. Glad you guys enjoyed the brochures. Like I keep telling you guys, you know, I can't thank Carrie enough for thinking of us with his brochure collection, because it is outstanding. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. He's allowing us to enjoy them. We're being able to use them on the videos, on the cars, which means we're learning more about the cars. And it's just been such a great addition that, he really hooked us up with that deal. So can't thank Kerry enough for entrusting us with that collection of brochures, because, man, we've had so much fun. We have learned so much, and it has been so enlightening, just like the banjo steering wheel thing tonight. Didn't know that. Anywhere near KC, they're putting on a truck show at the Ag Hall of Fame in Bonner. Okay? If you're up in Balin Wire's neck of the woods up around Kansas City, keep that in mind. Dispatch Brian signing out. Glad you enjoyed it, David. Like I said, and the crazy part about the brochures, guys, is, and I tell you this all the time, but it literally still rings true. I open up a box and it blows my mind. It's like, wow, I can't believe this is here. Cool Auto School. Thanks, Leo. Appreciate that. With that, we're going to give you another Hudson badge, and we're going to give you another Auburn badge as we get ready to wind things up tonight. And like I said, we'll see what if we get something up on the Nobody's page about the 7 o'clock start time, and kind of see where things go with that. But obviously it sounds like more and more people want to do that. There you go. We'll sell a trade for a high to bed $35. That is exactly right, John. Good job sliding that in. Oh, perfect, Glenn. I actually forgot to bring that up. KKOA Salina next weekend. That is a huge car show, a couple thousand cars. Keep that in mind as well for next week. KKOA in Salina, that is a massive one. Thanks, Glenn. I forgot to bring that up, so I'm glad you threw that in there. So anyway, guys, with that, I think we'll go ahead and wrap her up. We'll see what happens Tuesday, if I get time to jump on Tuesday. We will get some more new content up Wednesday and Friday, as always. And then next week, I think I will still be here. 2 weeks from now is what's up in the air, and I'll have a little better idea on that next week. Appreciate everybody hanging out tonight and participating in the auction, participating in the chat. Had a great time. Thanks for all the chats. We'll see where our numbers turn up here as soon as we shut down. But definitely appreciate all the help of bumping up the chat numbers. I know YouTube likes to see that. So anyhow, with that, I hope you guys all have a great week, and hope everybody has fun at all the shows they've got coming up. Appreciate hitting the like button and sharing this with your friends and letting them know we're out there and what we're doing. Have a great week, everybody. Stay cool. And we will see you, if not before, next Sunday night. Same bat time, same bat station for some more Gearhead Interactive live chat. You bet, Kevin L. I don't think I'm Johnny Carson, but I do appreciate the comments. I do appreciate you guys who think that we put together something of some sort of quality here. Thanks, Balin Wire. A few more chats tapping her in there. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. We'll see you later. See you later, Austin. See you, Kenny. Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll see you next week.